Hi, crafty friends. You guys, I was at the thrift store and I found like a whole huge Ziploc bag full of sewing patterns. They didn't have any of like the original stuff. They were all just kind of crammed in there. So I thought, let's use it as a cool background. So this sign I got at the Dollar Tree, and as cute as it was, I thought, let's do something completely different with it. So I just flipped it over, painted it kind of that cream color, and then I'm just gonna kind of crinkle it up a few times because I don't want this to lay super flat. I want it to have all the little wrinkles and ridges and all the things. So once that paint was dry, we're gonna put on some Mod Podge and just coat the whole thing, and then we will lay that piece of the sewing pattern down. You guys, once I laid it down, I kind of pulled it back up in some areas just to squish it up even more because we're going to do kind of a distressing technique. So that's why I don't want it to lay flat. I want it to pick up all of those little ridges and lines and all the things. So you can see there, I started to straighten it out and I was like, no, let's fix that. We need all the creases. This is the time we don't have to worry about the creases and all that when we're Mod Podging, so that's pretty cool. So once I kind of get it how I want it, then I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of the Mod Podge over the top of it and let that dry completely before we start distressing it. So you can see here, I'm just putting that top coat over it and we will set it aside to dry. Now the easiest way for me to clean the edges off once everything's dry is just to use a piece of sandpaper, and then we'll just sand those edges off. But I even thought about maybe like doing 2 layers, and I was like, no, I think we're good with just one. I think it's going to turn out really cool. But as I was doing this, I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cute, like a pumpkin, like the little foam ones or something, to cover those in this? Like my mind was just like, oh yeah, we could do this and we could do that. So what a cool background pattern that this is going to make. Now like I said, once this is dry, I'm just going to use a little bit of distressing spray. This is the copper color, and I'm just coating the whole thing because I want it to give kind of that sheen to it, and then just to have that copper. Now this was the leaf that was on the front. I had that covered with one of them too. So I decided, this is, as you can see, a different color pattern. And then I grabbed some of those metal flecks again that I got at the Dollar Tree Plus, and I'm just going to kind of add those on just haphazard, not covering the whole thing, but just a little bit. And once that gets all dried up, then we'll just take the chip brush and just kind of go over it just to clean off any flecks or any parts that didn't go down. So now that distressing spray is dry, I'm using an ink pad and I'm just rubbing it over everything. At first I was a little gingerly about how I went over it, but then I loved it more. And look at this. Oh my gosh, is this not the cutest thing? All right, friends, thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to follow the page for more daily crafts. Thanks, friends.